Hello everyone, my name is Ashley and today we are going to be talking about volcanoes, specifically a volcano called Anatahan. So a little background on what a volcano is. It is an opening in the Earth's crust where lava and volcanic ash and things like that come out of it. I'm sure everyone has seen a volcano or knows what a volcano is, but it is like a dome-shaped rock formation, and lava and ash and everything comes from the top. A little fun fact or like interesting thing is last summer I went to Hawaii for a family vacation, and we stayed on the island, we stayed on the Waikiki beach area, and if you looked outside of our window there is an inactive volcano right there that you could see. And if you don't know, Hawaii is formed from a volcano eruption, so these islands formed from a volcano, which I thought was really cool and interesting to really like look back on, because I kind of knew that in elementary school but not really. It wasn't until this class where I'm like, oh yeah, like I remembered that. So it's just crazy to think that like the island was formed from a volcano and then there's a volcano on that island, which I think is really cool. So yeah, you could like see the island, the volcano right outside our hotel window, and people like go hiking on it and they do like really crazy things like that. So I think that's really cool and interesting. Just wanted to bring that up since we're talking about volcanoes. But today we're going to be talking about a specific volcano called Anatahan. So this volcano is actually an island, and it is located in the North Mariana Islands in the Pacific Ocean. It is a stratovolcano, and it was first found by Europeans in the 1500s. They found the island, which I'm gonna have some like weird little facts and like little information at the end about the island. So the composition of it is basalt and dacite. Not really sure if I'm saying that right. So that's the composition of the volcano. So the height is 2,590 feet tall, which is pretty high. And the width of the volcano is 2.5 miles, which I feel like isn't too big. I feel like that's kind of small, but it is really tall. So it's still a pretty big volcano. The eruption was in May of 2003. Yes, May 2003. And then the most recent eruption was in 2007, and it lasted 1 year. It didn't end in 2008. And with the first eruption, it was so big that it created a new crater. It formed a new crater, and it caused so much ash to go into the sky. I think it was like 7.5 miles high, that it caused the air traffic to Guam, because you pass this island if you ever go to Guam, but it caused air traffic to be affected by it because the cloud was just so big and obviously so thick that like the air traffic couldn't go through the cloud, which I thought was pretty crazy because, you know, I'll show you a picture of the island right here, and yeah, I think that's pretty cool. So I don't think I'm ever gonna go to Guam, but if I did, that would be really cool to know that you're passing above a volcano. Little known fact, so in the 1940s there were like 30 shipwrecks that happened where the Japanese had shipwrecks, and they found these islands of the Anatahan and they stayed there. And so after the war, the Americans came and they tried to rescue these Japanese people that were on the island, and they didn't believe that the war was over so they didn't want to go with them, and instead they ran into the island and they stayed there. They didn't want to like leave, which I mean, you know, I wouldn't have left with them either. I would have been really terrified, and you know, they didn't have what we have nowadays, Sorry, excuse my dad vacuuming in the background. I would have been terrified of them too, so I wouldn't have left with the Americans either. I would have just stayed on the island. But a few little more facts about the island is that it was a coconut plantation, so they used it to get coconuts from the island. And then I'm trying to think what else. It's hard to remember all of these. It was like 126 tons. I might have gotten the number wrong. But yeah, they exported all those coconuts from the island, and the island is currently inhabited, so nobody lives on the island currently, because of the fear that an eruption can happen any moment, which, you know, is a good risk to take. I would not live there either. So yeah, that is a little background on what a volcano is and the Anatahan volcano. And yeah, I think volcanoes are really awesome, and I think that it's crazy to think that there's so many on Earth, and that some of them are active and some of them are inactive. But I really think it's pretty cool to know that we have something so cool made here on Earth. So that is it from this video. I hope you guys liked it, and I hope everyone is having a really good semester. Thank you. Bye.